It's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Tsh, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da, 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 da. Di, da, di, li, da, di, li, di, da. Di, da, di, li, di, da, di, li, 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 da, di, di, da, di, di, da, di, di, da.
Welcome back to Cooking with Chef Swain. Today we're going to talk about what makes up my perfect burger. I personally love all different kinds of burgers, different combinations of toppings and the buns and blah 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 blah, but my absolute favorite and easiest to make is the smash burger, and that's what we're going to be making here today. First things first, we are going to make our special sauce. I normally just throw this together in a container and taste it as I go, but here's the gist of it. You're going to do equal parts mayo and ketchup. You're going to add a little splash of pickle juice to kind of thin this whole thing out, and you're going to cut up a couple of those pickles. Now, the amount of pickles is up to you. I like to do about 2 slices here. I'm going to throw those bad boys in. I'm also going to add some granulated garlic and a little bit of salt. I'll probably come back to these and add them to flavor later, but this is what I start with. This whole thing is going to get blended together with our trusty immersion blender to make it, smooth enough that I can put it in a little squirt bottle. Immersion blenders are a great tool to add to anyone's kitchen, so get one. It's so worth it. Saves you having to bring out the whole big blender. You just throw it in the container, blend it there. Then me tasting and deciding it needs a little bit more of salt and a little bit more granulated garlic. So this is what I mean by tasting as you go. It's something that most chefs do to find the perfect amount of flavor. And I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I got pretty good estimation skills, and you're about to see proof. Alright, next up I'm going to add sliced white onion into my burger in a very specific way. So get those onion slices really thin. White onions are on the sweeter side of the onion scale, and that's why I like to put them in this dish, especially when I'm going to be grilling them. We like all of our burger toppings really thin around here, so we're also going to cut our lettuce super thin too. I always have a hit of iceberg lettuce in my fridge because it's so good on sandwiches, and I feel like it always gets a bad rep. But people always substituting other lettuces, but iceberg in this house. We stand iceberg lettuce here. Time to form our patties. I'm using ground chuck with a fat content of 80-20. I wouldn't do anything less because the fat helps create those crispy edges that we're looking for. I'm also doing 3-ounce patties because they fit better on the buns that I'm using. But if you got smaller buns, use smaller patties. When forming these, don't overwork the meat, just ball it up until it just comes together. Alright, pro tip time. Weirdly enough, I've found that you can also make these using those Beyond Burger patties if you have a vegetarian in your life, like I do. I've got this neat little griddle part of my stove, but I definitely suggest doing this on something very similar or in a cast iron so you can get that high sustained heat. And here I am just toasting my buns with a little bit of butter. I use Martin's potato rolls because they're like the best rolls in the world for burgers. Yeah, and I like seeds, so mine got seeds. Once our buns are nice and toasty, that means we have everything ready to go. These burgers cook really fast, so have everything you want ready and waiting is important. Alright, time to grill our onions. I like to take my onions pretty far. I like to have a nice little char on them. So, keeping the rings together, I throw them on my griddle and just let them go. Alright, our onions are where I want them. Just gonna give them a quick flip. You're gonna take those burger balls that you made earlier and then you're just gonna place them on top of your onions. Like so. Give them a good press, make sure your onions are all together. And with this steak press, I'm just gonna press them down flat and pull back, making sure none of the burger sticks to the press. This is another reason having a fattier blend helps. Like I said, this is going to move fast, so season heavily with salt and pepper on the one side, and then using a really good metal spatula, I'm going to basically scrape my burger up, making sure not to miss any of the crispy bits. Voila! I love having my onions cooked right into my burger like this, but the technique is the same if you want to omit the onions. Just lay your burgers down, smash them, and flip them. This is the way a lot of really good burger spots do theirs, and in my opinion it proves that it's more about the fat mix than it is about cooking burgers to a certain internal temp. I'm using the tried and true Cooper American cheese because it melts so beautifully. Just slap one slice on each and without hesitating I stack them and get ready for assembly. Alright, toasted bun on the bottom. And then we've got our shreddis up next. Make it look nice and neat. Our perfectly cooked patties with onions and American cheese. We're gonna smother that thing with special sauce, which is all over the top. And then top with the other half of the bun and you have my perfect burger. Like most things in food, the best burger is whatever makes you happy, and this was mine. What goes into your favorite burger? Leave a comment below and tell me what's in yours. If you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Have a magnificent day, and may your quest for food knowledge be bountiful.